Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel once again. So we start today, which is an absolutely glorious day. I'm worried it's going to get too warm. I think it's meant to be 33 degrees C today. So it's an early start, getting the fat lambs in that we picked out in the last video as they're going off this morning. And then we've got a big couple of days on the haymaking. I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. If you do, don't forget to like, subscribe. Let's go. Boy, these lambs look good, if I don't say so myself. Go on, lambs. Some hellish lambs there. Loaded and ready for action. They're definitely the best lot of fat lambs we've ever produced. Like, all off grass too. Keep remembering that, all off grass. Bit of morning traffic. Right now, just going around the lambs, it is starting to get a bit bleak. So we have a green patch here, which is the lower bit, and the top end of the field. If we go up here, it's completely burning off. And we've got about 300 lambs in here, and we've got a master plan, I think. So we just pulled those fat lambs out of a nice little green field. Either tomorrow morning or the morning after, we get all the lambs in. Anything that's ready to go, it's going to go back in that field. We do have another field that we reseeded. If you remember, it got that wet last year, we got no grass off it. We're going to pull out anything probably 38, 39 kilos upwards. They're going to go into that nice lush field, and then that's going to take the pressure off this so they don't just graze the rest of this field off. It's getting a bit towards panic stations here. Like, a lot of the fields on the farm are starting to look a lot like this. We'll go and check the shearling ewes next, and there is far worse than this. It's nice and green in the bottom there, which has a bit of grass on, but a lot of the fields are now starting to look like this. And fields with mown are not coming back. Don't think there's any rain on the forecast for the next week either. Just some of the shearlings, I'm guessing they're all under the bridge. It's alright, they're all here. Just look at them. Calm down. Calm down. Perfect place under these railway bridges once it's warm. It's nice and cool, and they're right by the river, so they haven't got to go far for water. I just have to come down there and make sure nothing's upside down or anything. No, all okay. They'll be moved off here later in the week. Just it's too hot to move animals around today. A couple of days in here, and later in the week it's meant to be a bit cooler. Rakes in here. Normally this should be pretty much all haylage, and you can just see where the grass underneath after it's been mown, how dry it's got. Just have a look. Like, a lot of our normal haylage grounds had to go into hay this year. It's got too dry, gone to head, and it's just died off, where normally a lot of the green would stay into it. We need some rain. It's making good hay though, that's on the one thing. I don't think there'll be enough. There won't be a lot to feed around this winter, because crops are down. Obviously, if everything dies off, it's not growing as much. Yeah, be an interesting one. If it does rain and we get a decent second cut, it'll catch us up, but first cut, yeah, it's not too much stuff around. It's one of the bales from the headlands. Nice stuff. Go all the way. You're looking big, lambs. Still need to pull those two out. Well done, miss. Let's get that done. Considering the lack of grass, I'm still really happy with how these lambs are looking. So, as I said at the start of the plan is we're going to shed these freeways. Anything over 45 kilos like last time is going to go in the right hand side. They're going to be basically finished apart from ewe lambs. Anything 40 to 45 kilos, you're going to go straight on, and we're going to put on the one last field of good grass we have. Now, anything under that we're going to leave down here. There is still a bit of grass left, but we'll take the pressure off this field, and means they should hopefully carry on growing, and we get a bit of rain and it shouldn't be a problem. But it's really important to keep these lambs all growing, so all those ones 40, 45 that are close to finishing, we want them kept on really good grass, or as good a grass as possible this year, just so that they keep growing. And I want to really avoid have to using corn, so that is the plan with all these lambs. Ideas, yes. Gate 1 we want 0, 2, 39.9. Not as good as I was thinking. As they're coming through, so we waited 8 days ago, showing the last video. They're all probably put a kilo on, some of them, some the same weight. That just shows what rubbish grass does. And it's the exact reason why we want to push the lambs that are 40 kilos plus, because they need some better grass. But we don't have enough grass to put them all onto it, which is the hard decision-making kind of stuff we have to do. Two gone, so right. We might have some finished lambs to go. We had some pretty close, so we'll just see. Like this one. That's still put on 3 kilos in a week. So there are some coming through that put more weight on. It's just this is the pen that are going on to that nice bit of grass. So if we can have 50 in there, job's a good one. Right, weigh session done. Statistics. So we've got 47 in the fat pen. Take away 23 of them because that is what was left last week. So that's 24. We'll work our way through them. Then we've got 93 above 40 kilos. So I'll do the same with them. My thinking is, though, probably because they're the best performing tup lambs now, we'll only pick tup lambs out of this group, so basically any tups in there can carry on up the road, because I only really need half a dozen and these will be the best performing twins in here. And then finally, there's 138 averaging 35 kilos, which are still in this field. Hopefully I can get a field for them to go on to ASAP. Live weight games have been hammered the last week, so they've only put on 180 grams per head per day over the whole group in the last week, which shows the lack of grass is definitely affecting them. So right, we're going to sort through these, then we'll sort through them. Here you can see the group of 40 odd lambs that are all over 45 kilos. So the plan with these, we're going to split them into two. Anything that's a tup that I think might be a possible keeper, we're going to mark with purple, and anything that's going to go this week because they're at weight, I'm going to mark with red. The only other ones in this group that you might see are ewe lambs that are going to be shed off, as we'll keep them for breeding. Very interesting too, everything in this pen is white face, which means they're a Cowley or Border Leicester, apart from two. Whereas the M pen, which are 40 to 45s, I bet a third to a half of brown black face. First lot of lambs we sent, the majority of them were either black or Suffolk, so brown or black face, which just shows they're kind of growing the breeds at different rates. So we're running these back through quickly, and what we're doing is pretty much making sure that these lambs are to breed type and marking anything I don't really like. I'm trying to whittle it down to 10, 12 tup lambs. In years gone past, we ended up with like 30, and that's way too many. We're stricter now on performance, like we're not keeping any twins, anything not to breed type, or if they're just slightly something we don't like, we're getting rid of it. So we end up with the best of the best. And like some of those lambs in there could look really good in a few months time, but they won't have performed as well off their mums. So these lambs, they'll be 18 weeks old now, and they've done really well off their mum's milk, which means they're going to produce a good ewe, and they're all twins as well, so they're the kind of characteristics we're looking for. We don't want any brown hairs on their legs, which is a Cowley thing. We want a jet black nose. I reckon this lamb is at the new tub, so we're just going to type its ear tag number 1984 into flock watch. Going to go to dam, go to progeny, and as we can see, she's had 2 lambs this year, so that's perfect. Mark purple, which is the tubs that we like to look of, so release that. There we go. And I think we'll click back onto it. I am right to say that is out of the new tub that we bought. These are 12 that we've picked out, so these will be what go on to shearlings possibly. They'll probably get whittled down again, but yeah, there's some hellish lambs, aren't they? And they're all twins. Look at the skin on this one. Yeah, back lambs for this week. Look well. Good lambs. We are now repeating the process on the 40 to 45 kilo lambs, but we're just shedding off anything that is a clean ewe lamb. The rest of the group can go when they're at weight. So, the last grass field, it doesn't look too fancy. If you remember, over the winter and last year pretty much, this field was all flooded down this side. And what we were going to do is literally top it, clean it up and get it going again. But we're that desperate for grazing. There is a bit of nice stuff on it. So we're going to pop all those lambs that are over 40 kilos. It's rough, but it's what we've got. We're playing with what we've got, and anything green this year to keep these lambs going is very, very important, and hopefully this will hold them for a couple of weeks, and by then some of the aftermath will come back and the rest of those lambs can go on to that. one of those years where you have to be very flexible, and because these lambs are that close, I just want them to keep growing. We don't want them stunting, because then we're going to have even more lambs about. There were 29 in that first load, so hoping at least 50 more. That gives us a total overall on this field of 73. There is 12 that we're keeping with purple spots, so 61 fat lambs between, or 61 lambs that hopefully could be finished in a couple of weeks' time. So we're all above 40s. Some might be 3 weeks, but what we'll do, probably we'll take a draw out of these in 2 weeks and then go back through the others, and any literally do what we've done today but add into this field, or they might have to move out of this field. But some nice bite of grass for them to go at. What I am going to do though, because they are a bit short down where we've come from, I'm going to give them some haylage. Good knife, James. You alright?
Yeah.
Right, we're chucking haylage out the back. And they're into it.